Hello everyone, it's Red's Cozy Games here, back with another video. We are back on FIFA. Today we won't be doing a draft, so if you're here just for the draft, if the drafts is the thing that you enjoy most about these videos, today's video won't have them, but fear not, tomorrow we will get back to drafting. I spent my day today mostly, other than trying to move, I spent my day today in-game playing squad battles to try and grab some more packs from that. So what I thought I would do is I thought I'd hop on and open the promo packs and show the squad that I built with Haaland to play the squad battles. So should we jump first into that? I was speaking to a friend about formations, and I had been playing in the 4-3-3-4 variation, the fourth variation of the 4-3-3. It's a formation that I go to pretty much every new FIFA. It's one I enjoy, and I always found that and it's obviously different this year, but I always found that it's a fun formation to build squads in. But after talking to a friend, he recommended the brand new 5-1-2-2 formation, and I have to say it is incredible. So as you know, if you watched yesterday's episodes, you'll see that we got incredibly lucky and packed one to watch Haaland in our ones to watch pack. And so the first thing I did was I applied an engine chem style, which boosts his pace, his passing, and also his dribbling and balance and agility. If there is any weakness at all for Haaland, it would be his agility. But honestly, I haven't noticed that at all, and I think that might be because of the 3 chemistry boost, but I could be wrong on that. But engine is definitely, for Haaland in my opinion, the correct chem style. And we paired them up front. We're using this Henry loan icon card because I think that people tend to hold on to their loan cards because they feel like there's going to be a better time to use them, or maybe they're saving them for a particular weekend league, stuff like that. But I feel like the time that the loan cards in general are at their most valuable is at the start of FIFA, when you don't necessarily have so many coins to fill out the positions. So for example, I'm using Henri right now, and I'm getting some good use out of him, whereas later on in FIFA I probably wouldn't need him. So he'd probably just end up sitting in the club for the entirety of FIFA, and the next time I'll think about him is when we're pulling just the most insane players out of packs later in FIFA, and really by then he's nothing special. So I really feel like the start of FIFA is the time to really capitalise on the loan cards. And what we built here is a Premier League / La Liga hybrid. Our 2 strikers, as I was mentioning, Haaland and Henri there, and then we've got Koke, Declan Rice and Dada in the midfield. Again, I did mention this on a former episode, but this Dada card, he really is something else. He's fantastic to use, and I've used him in CDM and CM, and honestly, he's absolutely fantastic. This is without any chem style. As you can see, his stats are just incredibly well rounded. He doesn't do a lot of shooting, and that's where he lacks, and that's not an issue, you know. His defending is fine, as is his physicality, so he can also run the entire game. I've noticed he doesn't run out. I've been using this Declan Rice in the CDM, and he's been pretty decent as well. I've been pretty happy with him. His acceleration is not great at times, but I do have him on stay back, and that does tend to help him out with his positioning. I also have him on stay central, so he doesn't really get caught out of position too often, so you don't really need to do too much sprinting with him. And then we have Koke. There's a number of Spanish midfielders who all seem to do similarly well. They all have very similar cards. They're all very well rounded. What I will say with Koke is he does seem to find himself in positions in and around the box better than any of the other Spanish midfielders that I've used, and because of that is why I've got him. I've also got him because I'm using Haaland and Henry up front, and I'm playing a 5-back formation, which isn't my style. So I think having a midfielder with really good passing is really important, and he has that in spades. And so, talking about the defence, as you see, I have Ruben Diaz. I was using his loan card. I'm going to have to replace him with another defender. I might grab a Kanji to fill in for him. That would work perfectly. Now, Diego Carlos is absolutely incredible. He is the one defender that I actually feel confident with. Now, I can't defend for my life. I am absolutely horrendous at defending. But this guy, he seems to make up for my inept ability. He is just unreal. And he always seems to intercept the ball. For some reason, a lot of my other defenders, when the opposition's passing the ball around in the box, the rest of my defenders, the ball just seems to just go straight through their legs every single time. But that doesn't seem to happen with Diego Carlos. He is unreal, and I can honestly see myself rocking him the entire FIFA. He is fantastic. Next up, our last central defender is Inigo Martinez. I've used him 7 times now, and he's not bad. I wouldn't say that he has impressed me, but I certainly haven't felt like he's let me down either. And then our 2 wide defenders are Jesus Navas. And I use him because I'm using my wing-backs as wing-backs. They are my wing attackers, and I think that this guy is one of the best in the game. You can see he's got 6 assists from these 8 games. A couple of those games were, I believe, from the subs bench too, so he does exactly what you want him to do. He flies down the wing, and he not only does he put balls in the box, but he's good enough on the ball where he can drive into the box and lay it up for an easy goal from one of your strikers. And on the other side, I've got Renan Lodi, who does the same thing. Again, he has high attacking work rate. He has the 4-star skills and 3-star weak foot. He has the pace to allow him to get into the positions that you want him to play in. He actually can play at left midfield as well as left wing back, so it says a lot for the way you want him to play. His dribbling is outstanding, and his crossing's not bad either. And in goal we have Unai Simon, who I haven't used a better goalie yet, and I've used some really high rated ones so far, so he's absolutely fantastic. I yeah, I don't have a great deal to say about him, but he is fantastic. Now, should we go into the custom tactics so I can show what I'm using? So for the defense, basically most of the stuff is set to just keep things balanced until I can sort of hone in on the way I want things. But I do have pressure on heavy touch. I find that in past FIFAs I have used constant pressure, but in the last FIFA and this one, constant pressure really does screw with your stamina. Now, I think this FIFA is slightly better if you do want to use that, because obviously now we have 5 substitutes instead of the 3. And for offense, I have fast build up. I'm not 100% certain on this yet, and forward runs definitely did seem to make a difference for me. I was using balanced before, and forward runs definitely did seem to make a difference. The rest of this stuff, players in the box for example, I've just been experimenting on. I put it up because I am, as I said before, I'm trying to take advantage of my wing backs, and so I'm just trying to experiment to see where I want that. Now, for player instructions, I tried Haaland on target man and it just didn't seem to work. He seemed to be, I don't know why, but he seemed to be in the midfield far more often than I wanted him there. And since I've had him on get in behind, and he was on stay forward when I had him on target man, and for some reason he was still in the midfield. But since I've had him on get in behind, he seems to be in the positions I want, and he does make a lot of surging runs, as he does in real life. Now, Thierry Henry is Thierry Henry. He's fantastic. Again, he's on the same thing, get in behind and stay forward. Now, for some reason, it doesn't seem to matter what I do or where I put him, even if I change it in the formation screen. Declan Rice does not start in defensive midfield where he is. If I go back to the page, you can see that he's there on the page, and we've not changed it. We've not, this is the balanced formation, so it's very strange that it does that. I'm assuming that's just a glitch, but we'll go back to it. So yeah, for some reason that happens, so in game I have to immediately switch him back. But when he's in this position, he stays back while attacking, and he covers the centre, and Dada plays in this position, and it's more of a balanced position. Koke has the same. And for Jesus, and this is the same with Renan Lodi, join the attack and overlap. That tends to keep them wide, and they do get forward a lot, which you would expect because they both have high attacking work rates. Of course, I have stay back while attacking on the centre backs. So that's the team that I've set up. I imagine I will change it next week. I'm one of those people who does tend to change my teams constantly. I just find squad building to be one of the most fun aspects of FIFA, and of course that's clear because of the amount of draft that I do. So that's the squad builder for you. Next, I would actually like to show you something else, and I'm not going to advertise this on my video. I'm going to make a separate video for this, but I'd like the people who watch my videos consistently to get ahead on this one. I'd like the people who are subscribed and the people who consistently watch me to get this tip before the video I make for it. So I currently have, I think, probably around about, I would imagine, 700,000 coins, and a majority of that has come from this trading method. And what I'm doing, as you can see, some of these have come in now, is I'm buying position modifiers at the lowest price. It's actually, recently it's been about 1,600 coins, but before I was getting them at 1,000, 1,100, and then I'm just selling them for much more. I've sold them for up to 5,000 coins. As you can see, a lot of these are 2-2, 2-3, 2-1, 2-4, and I've sold them for 2-5, 2-6. I tend to just stagger the prices anywhere from about 2 to 2-6, and then I tend to have about 10 on a rotation between 4,000 and 5,000 coins, just for those super slow, lazy buyers who just get fed up of trying to buy them and just don't care about that extra 3,000 coins, and they just buy one straight off the market when they're in the squad screen. You'll be surprised how many lazy buyers there are. So if I cleared this, I can show you. If I clicked add, and then I go here, you can see that I've got 146 position modifiers in my club right now, and I'll show you what I do. I'll go, and there's just quick ways to this. So I'll start with, say for example, 2-1, and I'll list that one, and then on the next one I'll go to 2-2 and I'll list that one. And what this does is it staggers your listings, and if you do it this way, you don't tend to, you tend to get far more sales than if you listed them all at, for example, 2-3. People know that it's the same person listing them, and it kind of makes them feel like they're buying something bad, like it's the wrong price. So what I just do is I stagger them all the way from like 2-1 to 2-5, and I keep my my list full. And I just do that, and I just relist them, and some hours you get 20 sell, some hours you get 10 sell, some hours you get a way more than that. And if I go onto the transfer market, I'll just show you what I'm doing. They may have gone up from earlier, they may have gone down. So we go to position modifier, and then we go here, and let's just see whether they're at 1.5 currently. So let's have a look and see how many pages there are. So there's a few pages, and I'll skip across and buy as many as I can in this one go. We're at the end here. And if I'm struggling, what I'll do, for example, I only got one there. So if I'm struggling like that, all I do is I go down and I'll go one up from, because there are quite a few people. This is not a huge secret. I don't think many people know about it, but enough know about it that there's constantly people buying them. So I'll just go one up, and I'll go one up until it's easy to buy them. But you see, the harder these are to buy, the higher the price is anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if you catch it just right, you can literally buy 30 in one go. And as you saw, I'm selling them for consistently up to 2,500, and currently we're buying them at 1,600. So we're making almost 1,000 coins on every single one that we sell. See how easy it is? So that's just it, and you can sit there and you can do it for as long as you want or as short as you want, and you can easily make a couple 100,000 coins a day. Depending on how much time you could, it might have taken me less than an hour today to get 200 plus position change cards, and that's not going to be far off 200,000 profit for under an hour's doing something. And you can do that while you're watching a film, anything. So yeah, there we have it. I will be releasing a video, but that's what's going to be in the video. So I just wanted to give the people who are watching my videos a heads up, like before I share it to the bigger community, you know. So promo packs, ones to watch are in the store. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near as lucky as we did yesterday, but let's get in these and open them. I would like to state that I will not be loading up FIFA points consistently throughout the year. I don't have the means to do that. I am at the start of FIFA. I feel like it's makes much more sense to do it now, and I want to give the content that people want to watch. But throughout the year, I won't be continuing. I will be doing lots of SBCs and packs like that, but I won't be loading up thousands of FIFA points throughout the entire year. So let's get into this first one. Dzeko. I had hoped for something a little bit better. Torre is a nice one though. Torre is one that would definitely have fun using him in a team. In fact, he's a CDM, but I imagine okay, so he can't actually play centre back, which is a shame, but we could definitely use him in our current team. We did get this, is that the South African League? So we got an inform. Is it the first year the South African League's in the game, or am I faded? So Matthias is our icon. Yaya Toure is our hero card. We have this inform, Swane, I think his name is. And then we have Milinkovic Savic on a 7-game loan. Then we have Dzeko, Casteels, Dumfries, who I think is probably quite usable at right back. Luke Shaw, Ishmaeli, Brecalo, Lucas Verissimo, Boselli. We have our draft icon, draft token there. That's a duplicate Declan Rice, and I think my other one is tradable. It is. It's a duplicate Merino. Unfortunately that's not tradable. A duplicate Ibra, a duplicate Paulinha, duplicate Moreno, Roquette, and Benedetto. There we go. I'm not exactly sure if that was worth 2,000 FIFA points. You'll have to let me know what you think to that one. Well, that's fine. Next up, we have Thiago Silva. So we actually pack a walkout. I believe 86 is a walkout. So, well, it is. We can see him on the screen. Unfortunately, because of his 49 pace, he's not usable. But maybe I'll keep him because I do squeak. I'm sorry about the squeaks. I am thinking / planning to do the Marcus Rashford Player of the Month card, and of course there's an 86 squad requirement in one of those, so I may keep him for that. We'll have a look at the prices when we come to do it. I'm going to wait a little while with it because I think the prices will probably go down. I'm going to stock up on a few of these contracts, I think, because I do have a few players that are coming out of contracts. We have another position modifier there that we can use, and we do know that these flanks, they do tend to sell, so we will try and sell that. We have a duplicate Bonucci, We have a few duplicates here actually. I think I'll try to sell the Bonucci and the Luke Shaw. We'll dump that and we'll try to sell that too. I don't know if it was smart of us to fill up our trade pile just yet, but we'll see how that goes. Inform. Inform Kai Havertz, a second walkout. That seems like it could be quite a good one to pack. What are his secondary positions? So cam and centre forwards. And I wonder can we see how much he's going for? Compare prices, triangle, Matthew. That's pretty decent, I feel. About 80k. In the rest of the pack, we got Brandt, Wilson, who scored today, Gorosabal, Brian Gill. Do you remember that we packed him about 46 million times at the end of last FIFA? Origi, a Liverpool legend, Higuain, Amrabat. We got another engine, some more modifiers. We've got this McTominay now. I do feel like Man United players are selling currently, aren't they? May have to dip back into our duplicate, our quick sells and pull him out at a later date. These untradables, I'm not sure if I'm going to do them. There's only 2 though, so maybe we will. Let's get into these premium gold players packs. And we've got Handanovic, another board player. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but there weren't actually any good players in there, so we'll throw these all down here. Let's move these down here. Oh, I think I have some things I can move to my club, so let's go and do that. Of course, we didn't relist these modifiers, so let's chuck a few back in the club and then we can begin opening more packs. I hope that everyone's weekend is going well. I hope that you are getting everything done that you wanted to get done before before the work week starts, but also I hope that you're finding time to relax and enjoy your weekend, because it's really important that you do find time to de-stress and relax. I always think it's really important after a long week to be able to reset and get ready, because starting a new week with the strain of the last week still on you is never a good thing. So make sure that you do manage to get yourself to spend some time relaxing. It's really important. Let's buy some more of these premium gold players packs. What's this? I thought for a second we had packed for Pogba again. Rabiot's card looks pretty decent. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually sells for something half decent. Okay, so he doesn't sell for too much, but he's a welcome addition to the club. He obviously goes well alongside Pogba with the double France and the double Juve link. We got Sinistera and Karsdorp and Huang Hee-chan. Huang Hee-chan had over 90 pace last year, I believe. So they've done him a little bit dirty on the old pace front this year, but I think they did upgrade a few of his other stats. So I wonder if he'll be happy with it or if he'll just be upset that he lost the pace on his card. I don't know about you, but I do watch a lot of these YouTube videos where the players get shown their FIFA card each year and they're either very angry with it or very happy with it. And some of the players, I swear that it wouldn't matter what was put on their card. I don't think they would be happy unless every one of their stats was 99. So we don't really get anything that sings out good pull on this one. If I do discard something that's worth something, please do let me know. I will happily undiscard it. This is the last one of these tradable premium players packs. Chiesa, his card looks really good. I wonder if he's worth anything. Let's go and see. Yeah, he's worth something. Over 20k. Looks like a 25k card. Really happy with that. Not too much else in this one. That's actually a pretty decent centre-back card. I wonder his agility and balance are terrible. He probably turns a bit like a truck, unfortunately. But the pace is nice. Unfortunately, it probably takes him a while to get up to his full pace. Almiron, not a bad pull. Buffon, of course. How old is Buffon now? Does it say in his bio? Born in 78, so he's what, 45 now? That's some going. Still be playing full-on professional football at 45 is something else. Okay, so what do we do here? Should we open these untradables? Yeah, let's do it. No Neuer yet. Of course, lots of German goalkeepers, but no Neuer. Of course, last year we really had plenty of Neuer in these episodes. I kind of miss him, you know. There we go, chuck the rest in there. I did see young Curtis Jones in that pack too. I was happy to pack him. I feel like they've really given him a bad card though for his ability. Tagliafico, who always has a fantastic card. I believe he's moved clubs recently. I think he was in the Dutch league last year. I think he played for... Did he play for Ajax or PSV? I don't really remember. Let's switch these players over. And then discard them all. Okay, so let's open some of these jumbo gold packs. I don't know if we'll open them all. Let's see how they go first. That's a German cow, Brandt. I believe we packed him already today. Adama Traore. How much is he? Not as expensive as I expected, but still a decent Whoops, a decent packed player. I did not mean to do that for obvious reasons. Let's check. Brandt does sell, so we will put him up for sale and then move on. Let's get back into these packs. Clock, Saka. How much is Saka? Maybe a couple of K? Not too bad. Next pack. Ricardo Pereira. His card is nowhere near as good as has been in past FIFAs, but he still manages to retain a similar rating. So I wonder where the stats went. Let's get rid of some of these. In fact, you know what? I'm thinking that maybe we should just actually go and do an online draft instead. So let's open 2 more of these, and I'm going to go back on what I said about doing a draft. Going to do, is that Davison Sanchez that I just skipped? It is. So I'm going to go back on what I said earlier, and I'm going to do a draft as well. So if you watched this far, you've been rewarded with a surprise draft, if that is indeed something that you enjoy. If not, then I hope you enjoyed the pack opening, and we'll see you in the next one. Scottish left back, is this Robertson? Yes, fantastic. Really happy with that one. Obviously, being a Liverpool fan. What does he sell for? I can't imagine it's too much. Maybe 20k if we're lucky. I don't see anything lower than 25, so I think maybe we get 25k out of that if we're lucky. Pretty decent. I'm very happy with that. Stump some of these down here. I feel like we should be selling these glove chemistry stars. I believe it was proved a couple of FIFAs ago that chemistry stars actually don't do anything for a keeper, or they hinder the keeper in some way. That was a good pack, so I feel like we should open another one. What do you think? Let's do it. It's Brazilian. It's a goal. Diego. I was going to say it's a goalkeeper. It's a centre back. Diego Carlos, the man that I was saying was so good earlier, appears in our pack. He's a welcome, very welcome player to pack, I must admit. I'm sorry. Today for some reason I'm tripping all over my words. I can't tell you why, I don't know why. Hummels, 84. These packs are going quite well, so I'm going to continue to open them, I think. Gabriel Paulista, he's always a fairly solid centre-back. Let's get rid of all of these contracts this time. I think we've stacked up on enough of them. And we'll get rid of those 3 players too. And how many do we have? We have 3 left, so you know what? Let's just open them all. Let's skip the commendable player. The commendables always look, whoops, so good, and then they're terrible. I did not mean to skip that again, but we know that there was nothing good in there anyway. We have packed a lot of boards today. Is this the final one? This is the final one. It is Zelintno Lobotka. I don't think I've ever packed him before. Ortega. Get a nice little shadow there. Always welcome. Green and red. Get rid of these. And you know what? We're gonna jump into the online draft and see if we can somehow draft something that was as good as yesterday's. As of course, yesterday's draft was really something else. After the one to watch pack, it was just fantastic from start to finish yesterday. Really enjoyed that episode. I think we're going to go with this 4-2-2-2, but I am tempted by the 4-3-3. But let's go ahead with this 4-2-2, or the 4-2-2 as it's otherwise known. Of course, we have no left midfielders here, so our choice is really between Muller and Solskjaer, and of course Solskjaer has to win, doesn't he? He's by far the better player. Muller does have a higher rating, but Solskjaer has the fact that he's a hero and he helps massively with chemistry to all Premier League players. And he also has the fact that his cards on the front is just that much better. Other than passing goes quite heavily to Muller. But let's have a look at his co-striker. Ooh. Well, I'm going to go with Papin. If we were going to go with chemistry, I guess we would go with Keane. But Papin I haven't actually used yet, so it would be nice to use him. Will I play this online draft? Probably not. But I'm going to pick as if I am going to. And then maybe I will convince myself to put the hours in. As you all know, I play FIFA for enjoyment, and if a part of a game frustrates me, I just don't do it, because for me, gaming is something that I do to chill out and to relax, and I find the luck aspect of playing games in FIFA very frustrating. So I tend to try to maximize, or should I say, maximize my enjoyment and minimize the luck, and that is by avoiding certain areas of the game, and online draft is one of those areas, I'm afraid. We're going to go with Ricken here. I have used him in the past and I didn't really enjoy him. We could go with Payet or Zielinski. The problem with Zielinski, his card is good, but it doesn't really help us anywhere else. Of course, we also have the opportunity to go with the American, the United States former captain, Clint Dempsey. And he would get full chemistry. However, he does not help, and probably will not help any of the rest of the team, because I don't envision us using very many MLS players. And unless we find, for example, Adams, I doubt we're going to be using any American players. Pulisic doesn't have a card that can play any of the positions that we have. So I think we're going to have to go with Rickon on this in this situation. We do have 3 heroes out of 4 picks so far, so that's really something. Do we take... I think we take Alan in this situation. I think his card's actually really good this FIFA. I have used it briefly. We don't really have a fit. I suppose we could use Aaron Guiz, but his pace, he's too slow. So we're going to go with Alan. Of course, we already have another Premier League player, Eze. Probably won't be starting him. At least I hope that we aren't starting him. I think our choice here is between Paulina and Phillips, and we're going to pick Phillips. The reason being, whilst his defence is not quite as good as Paulina's, he has much better passing, and I find in the 4-2-2 or the 4-2-2, the centre defensive mids really need good passing, because if you can't link that play between defence and the forwards, it's really hard to get out, at least in my experience, because I tend to like the cams to stay up the pitch, so there's a lot of pressure on the CDMs to in a way beat the press and get the ball to the forward players. Now, I'm just noticing that Ibanez really does have quite a good card. The fact he couldn't pass to a barn, that is one of the worst passing stats I've seen in FIFA ever, I think. His job is mainly just to defend, though, so I think that we will go with him, but I am finding it quite hilarious. He's Brazilian and he links to our CDM, so I think that he's the choice. I think the choice is between Juan Jesus and Ibanez. I'm going to have to remember that he has absolutely terrible passing and to try to keep things as simple as possible with him. Now here I think that we probably should be taking Davies, but Upamecano has just such a good card. Davies does have a lot better passing though, and he does have shadow. He has a shadow, and Upamecano has no chemistry style. So I think the fact that I believe a shadow, I could be wrong, but I think a shadow chemistry style gives 15 pace. I could be wrong about that, but if it does, that means that he actually has the same pace as Upamecano. He will get chemistry, and he has a much better passing. So we're going to take Davies in this situation. I think we found the right decision there. Of course, Pavard would have been getting fantastic chemistry now had we picked him. He's still getting 2 chem if we do pick him. Di Lorenzo does not get any chem at all. Danilo would get 1 chem. Why does Pavard have 2 chem? Oh, I see. He links to both our striker and our cam, just in different ways. But I wonder if we'd be able to get him any more chem from here, and whether we should just go with Matty Cash. And I think we should go with Matty Cash. He actually has an anchor chem style. defensively he's not as good, but I think that the pace stat is actually much more important than a defence stat, especially in a full-back. So we're going to go with Matty Cash instead. Not much of a decision on this one. I think the game wants us to take target, and I think that's what we're going to have to do. Of course, Matty Cash and Target were both together at Aston Villa last season. So we currently have a full chem on everybody except our centre-back. And that's, I guess, mainly because we have a Premier League team and 3 heroes. Let's see if we can improve our centre-back's chem. That would give him better chem, but our goalkeeper then wouldn't have perfect chem. Mannion gets chem from our striker and a little bit of chem from our centre-back, but it's not really enough. We could, of course, take Fabianski and hope that we get a Premier League centre-back. That would make this just a Premier League, pretty much, team with heroes. But I think that's okay. Yesterday's was fantastic, so we're going to do that. We're going to take Fabianski. We could really do with some upgrades on the pitch, if I'm honest. Of course, we are currently playing with 4 non-rare players, so I think that some upgrades would be fantastic. Normally I would go to the reserves, but this time I'm going to go straight for the goalie, and we're going to work our way up the substitutes like that. Unai Simon, what a goalkeeper. In-game, of course. Nothing else really, mate. I suppose Baumann. Let's take Baumann. Mario Gaspar. Watford, of course, are not in the Premier League anymore, so that wouldn't actually work, would it? So maybe Resouillon. I think Resouillon's the best player there. None of them were very good, let's be honest. So we get 2 Portuguese League Brazilian centre-backs. This Verissimo card does look very good, and it does actually have a Hunter on it, which helps his pace and his shooting. The shooting is beside the point, because of course we won't be shooting with it, or at least other than for corners and such. But nothing else really makes sense. We get 3 Portuguese League offerings and a Turkish and now Liga 1. So we're just going to take the best player. This could be a good pick. There's Dirk Kuyt, or Dirk Kuyt. I'm going to take Dirk Kuyt because he is a Liverpool legend, and I haven't used his card yet, and I want to. So we're going to take him, and we're going to play him instead of Eze. Now we have an all-hero front line. I am super impressed by that. Igor Coronado. Richarlison, maybe. Nothing else is very good. We could just take Sancho for the rating. I think we're going to, because I don't think we will use Richarlison at all. Nothing here helps. So let's just take what I believe is the best card here, which is Klaus or Klaus. Stones. I think Stones is an upgrade for us, and I think Stones actually gets us to full chem. Yes, it does. So for those who like to see, we'll take Lodi, because Lodi is a fantastic left back. Those who like to see hybrid drafts, I apologise, but sometimes you get offered what you get offered, and I will say this is kind of a hybrid. It's like a hero / Premier League hybrid, which I know doesn't count because the hero players all get max chem, but You know, sometimes this happens. As you know, if you've watched my videos a lot, you know that I do tend to try to make hybrids, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. There's Cucurella. Oh, there's another hero card. This time I don't think I'm going to take it. I've used that coal card a lot, and I've just noticed that we've been going for 55 minutes, so if I don't finish this in the next 4 minutes, my PS will stop recording. So let's try and get this episode done. We're going to take Neymar here, the highest rated card, and Grealish. None of these are going to start, so we should just take the highest rated. Let's organise our bench. Let's see if we managed to get a 5-star draft, and we have managed that. We have managed an 83 rated full chem draft, so there we have it. And our manager is Patrick Vieira. There we go. Perfect. So that's our draft for the day, which we weren't going to build. But there we have it. Another 116 draft. That's equals our former highest rated draft. If you got this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope that trading tip helps you. I will release a full video on that eventually. But for now, I just wanted to treat the people who play FIFA and watch the videos consistently with a tip that I think will help, because this trading method is going to work for the entirety of FIFA. So, but for now, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay cozy.